China doesn't make chips, not the advanced ones anyway. But it controls the materials, equipment, and processing that make chips possible anywhere in the world. China buys roughly 35% of all chips worldwide, importing over $425 billion worth every year. That's more than it spends on oil. The world's biggest chip customer now wants to stop paying that bill. The semiconductor supply chain has 9 critical stages: design, fabrication, memory, equipment, materials, packaging, EDA software, and IP licensing. And China has planted major players at every single one of those 9 stages. 9 stages, and China is in all of them.
SMIC, China's flagship chipmaker, has climbed from 28 to 14 to 7 and now 5 nanometer. They hit 5 nanometer without EUV lithography. It works. They're now the world's 3rd largest foundry at over $9 billion in revenue.
Here's the science. Western fabs use 13.5 nanometer EUV light for 5 nanometer chips. SMIC uses older 193 nanometer light with SAQP quadruple patterning, exposing the wafer 4 times to fake 5 nanometer. 4 times the masks, 4 times the steps, and 4 times the yield risk.
Huawei is the hidden orchestrator. Their Ascend AI chips have evolved fast. The 910B hits 320 teraflops. The 910C reaches 800. That's roughly 80% of NVIDIA's H100 at peak, about 60% in real workloads.
In memory, YMTC has built a 232-layer NAND flash stack. That's a world first beyond 200 layers. CXMT is pushing DDR5 at 8,000 speeds and sampling HBM3 memory. Their combined IPO valuation sits around $8 billion.
This is where China really wins. Materials. China controls 93.5% of global polysilicon, around 90% of rare earth processing, 80% of gallium, and 60% of germanium. You simply cannot make chips without these materials.
Advanced nodes get headlines, but mature nodes at 28 nanometers and above run the world. China holds 28%, heading to 31% by 2027. Electric vehicles, missiles, IoT, solar panels, all running on mature chips.
Sanctions were meant to slow China down. Instead, they accelerated it. SMIC went from 5th to 3rd globally. Equipment self-sufficiency jumped from 12 to 50%. CXMT went from 50,000 to 290,000 wafers per month.
China's big fund has committed over $80 billion. That dwarfs the American CHIPS Act at $52.7 billion, the European $47 billion, Korea's $20 billion, and Japan's $13 billion. And it funds domestic champions, not foreign fabs. If the chip war fascinates you, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Then let's get back to it.
But the vulnerabilities are real. EDA software, only 6% domestic. Critical. No EUV access. Critical. 5 nanometer yield is still a problem, and HBM memory is behind. The gap matters.
Here are the tickers to watch. SMIC on the Hong Kong Exchange, NAURA, JCET, Huahong, Empyrean, and GCL in China. And for benchmarks, TSMC, ASML, and NVIDIA. This is not financial advice, just the landscape.
The West controls the tools. China controls the materials. Both sides are betting they can outlast the other. The chip war isn't about who makes the most chips. It's about who controls the game. Subscribe for more deep dives like this one.